Welcome, folks. We're just getting set up here. Gonna fish for a few hours and see if we can catch something. Ooh. Welcome. Hey, SoCal. How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty good. Just finished up with some work, so thought I'd come down to the pond and throw a line in for a couple hours. How you doing today, man? Looks like you've been fishing the heck out of that pond by your house. Still think it's crazy. There's so many different fish there will eat bread balls. That's good shit, man. So how big was the tilapia that you said you caught there? I thought tilapia was a saltwater fish. I had no idea it was freshwater. Welcome. Everybody joining. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. It's been a few days since I've been out fishing. It's been super windy and stormy here. So glad to finally get out on the water for a couple hours. SoCal says I'm great. Got a bluegill grandma's cookie at the pond today. That's awesome. Yeah, bluegill seem like they'll eat anything. Is that all you managed to get to bite on the grandma's cookie? Half a pound at best. All right. It's not a huge one, but. So are they a freshwater fish or a saltwater fish? I always thought they were fresh or saltwater. I don't know why I thought that. I thought it was a fish we harvested out of the ocean. I guess most of it is farm raised, but. I'm just getting this first pole baited up here. We're doing corn on one, and we're gonna do a bread ball on the other. Starting a new video series on what is the stupidest thing I can get a fish to bite. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I was gonna do one like, can I catch fish with trash I find, on the bank? Scour around and find a hook, a sinker, a stick and some some line. Pretty much every fishing spot I go to, I'm pretty sure I could scrounge up enough to get a rig in the water. Freshwater, huh? Interesting. All right. Man, the water level is so low here. I'm trying to decide where I want to cast to. Oh. We'll try her over there for a little bit. Where did I put the bell? There it is. Tomorrow you're using a Nutter Butter and a potato. Right on. I don't know. I bet you can catch something off a Nutter Butter. Maybe a potato too. I don't know. Those are actually pretty good choices to test. All right, what the hell? We got the carp pole in the water. I'm gonna toss my little what is this? A Mepsiglia #1. I'm gonna toss that for a few since I got it on the line. I don't know. Maybe the bass will munch on it. Well, I'm gonna throw it in the water for a few. I think I had this on here from when I was creek fishing for trout the other day. Not exactly sure how you're gonna get a Nutter Butter to stay on a hook though. Potato probably would stay pretty good. I don't know about a Nutter Butter. You ever fished with like, what do they call them? PVA bags. They're like the mesh bags that dissolve over time in the water. Maybe you could load up PVA bag with some Nutter Butter. All right, one more cast with this, and then I'm gonna throw probably a bobber rig on and hang out and chat for a little bit. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Saw the pike, nice fish. Thanks, SoCal. Yeah, there's that reservoir has a ton of pike in it. I usually do really well when I fish there. The biggest I've caught out of there though is that 9.9 pounder. Not a monster, but definitely way bigger than what I normally catch out of there. But I appreciate it. I'm trying to decide if it's gonna be worth it for me to buy a frickin' Starlink Mini. I really would love to stream from places like that. Got a redstone. Welcome to the live. How you doing? Skeeter. What's up? You're new here, Skeeter. Who's this Skeeter guy? Anyone ever heard of him? How you doing today, Skeeter? All right, I need... Oh, man. I think I put them all in. I got too much crap still in my boat. I bought some new hooks. I don't think I put any of them in my bag here. Oh, there. There's some. That'll work. Same fence with the Starlink Mini. Yeah, it's just it's so expensive. I mean, you can stow it so you don't get billed months when you're not actually using it. So like when I'm in, during the winter when I'm doing very little or no fishing, I can stop the billing on it. But you'd pretty much need the unlimited plan, which is 165 bucks a month, unless you're only streaming, once or two times a month from somewhere that you need signal. Because the lower tiered plan is 50 gigabyte, and you'd go through that in one or two streams easy, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I guess I should try and track the bandwidth, see how much bandwidth I use on like a 8-hour stream. But I've come to the conclusion that there's very few places around here that I get ample cell service to actually stream from. So if I ever want to stream from my boat, I'm pretty much gonna have to get Starlink. It's above your pay grade. Alright, I gotta find some split shot weights here. You can track your battery use, but bandwidth is way above computer skills. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. You like on your phone, you can set it to track usage per app. On an iPhone at least. I don't know about Android. I don't really use Androids. But so I could just clear out my statistics before I start a stream and then track it. I have a feeling this split shot weight is going to be too big for this bobber, but we will see. 7H and then fishing. Stop yapping. Stop yapping. You just want me to stream in silence? I don't think anybody, I guess people would watch a silence. People watch all sorts of dumb stuff on YouTube. All right, let's see if this split shot is too big. All right, looks like it'll work. Well then, I gotta move some stuff so I can sit on my bucket here. Alrighty. Mario, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Turner Fishing, what's up, man? How you doing? I saw your crab video is still climbing. I think you have 127K now. All right, so we just got set up. We're gonna do a little bit of, we got one pull in the water here, trying to see if we can get a carp to bite. Red balls on one hook and corn on the other, some fire corn. I had a few kernels left in the can, so I decided to finish that off. And then we're just fishing with a bobber and a worm over here with it's a pretty small hook. I think we're using, it's like a size 6, pretty small. It's dying a slow death. Yeah, I mean, hell, it's over 100K views. I mean, you, in that one video, you got more views than I've had on my entire channel in the last 2 months, so. Has it converted any more subs for you? I saw you were getting close to 400 there. You're doing all right. You watched SoCal wading in the water yesterday? How he went for a swim in his pond? Yeah, there's largemouth bass in here. There's common carp. There's yellow perch. There's bluegill pumpkinseed, white suckers. There's some bullheads in here. There's supposed to be trout in here as well. So we have a worm rig set up on a bobber over here, which is just kind of the most basic, simple, universal fishing rig. So we will see what we pull out of here. We just got set up. We've had pulls in the water for about 10 minutes now. Got 50 off your live today. That video only got 10 subs. Hey, that's 10 more subs than you had before, and all you had to do was remix and yoink somebody else's video. I'll take that, especially on the climb towards 1,000, man. You take them any way you can get them, my friend. Mario, we're in central Montana. This is just outside of Vaughn, Montana. It's called Largent Bend Fishing Access. K8 Kate, bye. Said hi, welcome Kate. How you doing today? You finally got your catfish, heck yeah. What'd you catch it off of? You using catch bait or one of your jigs? Gar almost ripped my rod in the water. Man, I wish we had gar around here. And we have what is it? Short-nosed gar in eastern Montana. One of these days I'm going to take a trip over there and try and catch one. They're such gnarly looking fish. Bluegill body. Alright. Huh. Mario said, I'm by your side in Egypt. Wow, you're all the way on the other side of the planet. That's awesome. I've always wanted to go to Egypt. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been kind of fascinated with ancient Egyptians and the pyramids and the Sphinx and all that fun stuff. One of these days I'll make the trip. Turner says the gar was about 5 feet and I got him to the bank and the hook came out. Oh man, that's a heck of a gar. Is it? You got short nose or long nose gar over there? I think there might be one other. I'm sure there probably are other kinds. All I've ever heard of are the short nose and the long nose. Still shocked you got a bluegill and a grandma's cookie today. I don't know. I'm honestly not surprised he caught something on a grandma's cookie. Them things are pretty damn good. I'm more surprised if your bass and catfish catch on your bread ball, honestly. Mario says, please don't speak so fast. I can understand. Oh, okay. Are you just learning English still? How's the stream quality, by the way? Is the audio and video all right? I'm not in my preferred spot at the pond here for streaming. There's somebody down there fishing in it already. Cat didn't surprise you. The bass on Wonder Bread was a shock. I guess, man, catfish kind of will eat anything, so that's not as surprising. More so the bass, you're right. That was a good sized bass, too. SoCal says both are great. Appreciate it, thank you. Turner says we got a lot of different ones. Honestly, no clue, never targeted them. They are a fun fight, though. Huh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the short nose and long nose, I think the description of them is, I mean, it should be pretty obvious. The long nose are the ones that have like I mean, they're, 6'8" plus. They're long, skinny, toothy mouths. The short nose just have I don't know, maybe 2-3 inch stubby sticking off. One of these days I'm gonna head over to eastern Montana, Fort Peck or the Dredge Cuts. I'm pretty sure both of those water bodies have gar in them. It's like a carp with teeth that take off like a torpedo. Hell yeah. Yeah, they're just gnarly looking. I've always wanted to get one on the end of my line. The video is better than any other spot. Oh, interesting, SoCal. Yeah, this spot, it's a weird spot. Like, it goes up to 3 bars, and then all of a sudden it'll drop back down to 1 bar. I don't know if I'm, like, in between antennas or something, and I'm, like, hopping back and forth between connections. Turner, somebody was telling me about that. I don't remember maybe it was in your live or Cindy's live. Somebody was describing that you take a nylon rope and thread it out, make it all poofy, and they just get tangled up in it. It makes me wonder what it. I mean, are you like baiting it? Are you soaking it in a scent, or are they literally just eating the fuzzy rope? SoCal says, I need to get out for some tuna and yellowtail. I'm itching for a good saltwater fight. You gonna do a charter, or are you, can you catch those species bank fishing at the bays? I'm assuming you're talking about a charter. Jeff Rubin says, hi everybody, welcome to the live, Jeff. How's your Thursday going, my friend? We're here for just a few hours. I think I gotta pick Miyazaki up from work at 9:30, so I gotta get out of here at about 9:10. I got about 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes ish. I just needed to throw a pole in the water. I haven't been fishing since Sunday. It's been nasty weather here. It went from freaking like tornado weather to just super windy. It was nice, like the sun was out, the temperature was all right. It's just windy as heck. A fish on, or oh yeah, we might have a fish. Or the bluegill are trying. Let's get the skunk out of the way. Let's get one of these little bluegill here. If I still get a worm. Ooh, good lord. No, either got the worm or left. No, we still got a little nub. Alrighty, there's our first catch of the day, folks. We got ourselves a monster bluegill. Just a itty bitty little guy. Ooh. Oh, where's the hook? Man, he scarfed that down. All right, let's get the pliers. Hold on. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I keep forgetting we got the multi-tool bobber equipped. So this guy's got a little, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. It's got a little gap in it. And you just follow the hook down. Or not. There we go. Alrighty. Oops. Calm down. Yeah. Nice little guy. They're so cute. I wish they got bigger. I would love to catch a decent sized bluegill. They're really pretty. Get her back in the water here. Oh. Off she goes. All right, we have a fish. Turner says they, oh, and they roll to tear it. And the rope gets hung up on the teeth and you can't get it back off. Interesting. SoCal says I have to get out a few miles, so most likely a charter. Okay. Jeff Rubin says, another beautiful day in paradise. You are absolutely right, Jeff. SoCal says, one of my subscribers says you can get me on a private charter, but so far hasn't happened. That's about the size of the one I got on a cookie. Nice. Kyle the Bluegill Master says, hi, what's up? You just missed our bluegill. Kyle the Bluegill Master. We just got a mini little bluegill. We're doing great. We're out here fishing. Killing some time. Roberts Molina Palomera said hi. Welcome to the live, Roberts. How's everybody's day going? Hope everybody's enjoying their night. Oh, just chilling at the local pond, seeing what might be biting. So far we've had one bluegill. We have a carp pole on the water here with bread balls on one hook and then chartreuse fire corn on the other hook. Seeing if we can pull a carp in. But there's largemouth bass here, yellow perch, bluegill, pumpkinseed, all sorts of stuff. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Where's everybody from? I know Mario said he was from Egypt. SoCal is obviously from SoCal. Oh dang, did my stream crap out? I have one viewer left. Is it being wonky? SoCal says I went fishing before breakfast, took the dog to swim in the pond, got ribs on the smoker, and the wife wants to hit the big lake tomorrow. Life is great. Heck yeah, SoCal. That is living life, my friend. Okay, cool, SoCal. I was just gonna check on it. I tried editing a thumbnail to put, live fishing on it, because I'm always, just taking random crap shots when I come, or when I stream. Thought I'd see if it would help the stream at all, and man, there's like no traffic today. It be slow. I don't know if it's my thumbnail or there's just nobody on right now. Or if everybody's in somebody else's stream. That's all good though. We're just dinking around. Oh. Oh. I have so much video to edit from the last 2 trips out. I've been struggling to keep up. Schizo says, you remember me from maybe 5 days ago. Yeah, Schizo, your name sounds familiar. How you doing today? Welcome back. I've been weird lately. Yesterday at 8.5K, today 3K. Pittsburgh, yeah, that's right. You're from Pittsburgh, land of the crazy freaking turkeys and the house scorpions, or not scorpions, house centipedes. Definitely wouldn't go to Pittsburgh if they had house scorpions. That sounds pretty gnarly. The house centipedes are bad enough. Yeah, so I guess it is. That's just how it goes. You know, some days the lives are popping, some days they aren't. I don't know. Maybe I've offended the YouTube algorithm in some way. Oh, is it a fish? It was a fish. Is he still on there? Oh, he might be. Oh yeah, we got something. Another bluegill. Maybe a pumpkinseed. Ah, another bluegill. Just another little guy. They're so pretty. Same place. Yeah, we're same pond, just a slightly different spot. I'm downstream from where I was last time, or down the bank. Alrighty. Oh, come on. They always do that. Always got to get themselves all grungy before I try and bust out the camera. He's, I don't know, 3 inches. Guess I could bust out the old measuring stick. We are at... Oh, I lied. He's a monster. He's 4.5 inches. He's a beast. All right, let's get this guy back in the water. He's very dirty. There he goes. All right, well, that's not bad. We got 2 little bluegills so far. Pan fries. Just being normal. Most of these people act like idiots. Sometimes. Silly Salmon, welcome, my friend. Wanted to drop by and drop some love. Appreciate it, Silly Salmon. How's your day going? Or night, I should say. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Oh, did I just lose my worm? Man. I saw something drop next to my bobber there. It might have been my worm. Back in a bit, gotta pull the ribs off the smoker. Save me some, man. That sounds so good right now. I don't think I've eaten anything yet today. It's pretty sad I gotta think about it. I had a pretty big dinner last night though. I'm still processing. Silly Salmon says a pretty uneventful day. Ah, well, uneventful is better than bad, so I'll take an uneventful day. I think you streamed for a little bit today, didn't you? Thought I might have seen your live when I was working. I was thumbing through pages. Maybe that was yesterday. Oh, that's what, well, you were getting a haircut or a beard cut or something. Haircut and a beard cut? I need one. I'm looking pretty hobo-ish these days. Sam says I'll take uneventful any day. And no, I didn't stream today. It was yesterday. Okay. I don't know. I work from home and I have weird sleeping cycles. So I get my days kind of blend together. Half the time I'm lucky if I know what day of the week it is. A couple of weeks ago I was streaming from here and I'm greeting everybody. And, I hope y'all are having a wonderful Monday evening. And somebody, after like the third or fourth time I said it, was like, dude, it's Wednesday. I'm like, Wednesday? The heck? Feels like a Monday. That's life sometimes, I don't know. No, I get it, I worked night shift before and I couldn't keep up with anything. It gets confusing at sometimes. And honestly, these days I feel like I'm getting like early onset dementia. I'm like 42 years old and I feel like I'm losing my marbles half the time. Like just words leave my brain in the middle of talking about something. I can say something like a word and like 2 minutes later, like my brain's just like, nah. We don't remember what that was anymore, even though you just said it. Ever since COVID, man. That COVID brain is for real. Alan Malone, welcome to live. How you doing today? Just been back on the river with my sons. Caught a baby shark in a river. Are you in like brackish water area? That's cool though. Always fun to take the kiddos out and go fish. Mine's actually here with me. He decided to stay in the truck, so he's over yonder in the truck staring at me out the window, playing on his tablet. Yeah, congrats on the shark. That's definitely a cool catch. We don't get no sharks around here. Closest thing we get to shark here is northern pike or tiger muskie. Sorry for the noise, you guys. There's some teenagers playing on the dock over there. Some Roman Greco wrestling going on the dock. Alan says, I'm in Liverpool, UK. We have the River Mersey, which leads into the Irish Sea. Oh, okay. Silly says, I'm going to have a baby shark stuck in my all night now. Oh, don't do it, silly salmon. You just cursed us all. You cursed us all. Oh. Is that the wind, or was there a bobble on the carp pole there? Must have just been the wind. Alan says, silly, I was live and started singing it right away. Yeah, I think we're getting a nibble on the old bobber again. We get northern pike here, and I want to start fishing for them. I usually fish for carp and Wells catfish. Both fun species. I love carp fishing and I love catfish fishing, but carp, or excuse me, pike is at the top of my list. They are hands down my favorite species of fish to go after. Hold on a sec. We got baby shark on the line over here. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is bluegill number 3. That's another baby. I don't think they get much bigger than that in here. I've never seen anybody pull anything more than maybe 5 inches. There we go. Cute little guy. They're really pretty coloring. Really healthy fish too. I think they're just overstocked in this pond, so it stunts their growth. Trying to get one of the baby or the bass to bite. They're being picky here as usual. Alan says my biggest Wells cat is 102 pounds. They're fun to catch. They get huge, but pike fishing looks more explosive and active. That is a big catfish, dude. I don't know, if we had catfish around here that were pushing 100 pounds, I would probably catfish more often. I think our state record here is somewhere in the 40s, maybe low 50s for channel cats, which is still a very good sized catfish. But yeah, pike are tend to be more fun to fight. Biggest one I've ever caught's like 20 pounds though, 22 and a half pounds. Cool Kid Videos, welcome to the live. I'm gonna keep it real, welcome to the live. How you guys doing today? We're having a wonderful afternoon, evening. I've had three bluegill so far. We got the carp pole in the water. We're trying to see if we can get the bass to bite today. Appreciate the thumbs up, y'all. Caught that 102 pound in Spain, but we had one here last year that was 120 pounds. I think there are some a lot bigger. So people keep their catches secret as they're invasive. Oh, okay. So they keep it a secret so they can set it back free and let it grow? I know invasive species you're supposed to take out of the water and not put back. That's a chunky catfish, man, 120 pounds. That'd be a blast reeling in one of them tanks. You guys pulling monster carp over there as well, or what? I don't know, it's been a little over a month now. I had a 18.5 pound common carp I pulled out of the river by here. She was chunky, but not a monster. Not breaking any records. Chris, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we've caught just 3 bluegill so far. We have a carp pole in the water with corn on one hook and bread ball on the other, and then I'm just fishing with a bobber rig here. Trying to see what else we can lure out of the water here. So far, just a bunch of bluegill. PB carp is 32.5 pounds, but one of the lakes I fish in, carp get to over 50 pounds. Heck yeah. What do you like prefer for carp bait? I always use bread balls has been my most effective bait around here. I've tried so many different things. Are you fishing with boilies or you do pack bait? Chris says I was out at a tourney and caught a 25-inch cat. Heck yeah, Chris, that's a nice sized catfish. Channel cat, blue cat, flathead cat. What kind of catfish? We get mostly bullhead catfish in this general area in central Montana, but if you go over to eastern Montana, we have some pretty good sized channel cats. And it says we use boilies, and I also use a seed-based mix to get to bait up with, and then there's corn in it too. Okay. Chris says for carp I do cornflakes, corn, and Kool-Aid. The channel cat. All right. Yeah, I have. I switched recently. I've been fishing a lot with easy to bake or ready to bake pizza crust dough, so like the actual doughy dough, and then I dip it in strawberry jello powder, and it's been pretty effective. That's just one with the super warm weather like this, it's hard to keep on the hook. It's really soft. I honestly need to slightly cook it so it's not quite so doughy. I've heard cornflakes are good though. A lot of people who use pack bait use, cornflakes or some kind of bran cereal. I've never really fished like that. I don't have the weird like bait holders that y'all use for pack bait. Yeah, you get the feeder and you can pack it and use the corn on the hook. Okay, yeah. Feeder, that's what they're called. There's a bite. Oh, he's still there. I think we got another monster here.
Wait, you're leaving me here all alone? You guys are going where? Are you fucking through?
Alrighty. Got another little bluegill. Let's get him off the hook here. Oh god, he's just barely hooked. Always! Good god, why do they do that? Alright. Just ruin my photo. Every time. There you go. There's bluegill number 4. Nice little fish. You can get them back in the water. Alan says I'm going to do more vids on my carp fishing. Only just started to put vids on YouTube, mainly lives. Right on, Alan. If you hop over to my channel and just leave a comment on one of my shorts or videos, and let me know that you stream, I will give you an ad and I'll hop in and check out your lives, check out some of your videos. Biggest fish in the lake right there, right? That's all I catch is monsters, my friend. I'm gonna try over on the other side. Maybe the bass are over that way. Alan says, get a medicine syringe, cut the end off so it's a tube with a plunger, and then press it into the bread over and over, and then push it out with the plunger. It creates solid bread bait. Interesting. I'll have to try that. Ooh, that was a decent bite. Oh, is he still? Yeah, we got something. You still on there? Oh yeah. What are you? Nope. Another bluegill. Another one. Oh, yeah, just a size 6 hook and just a little tiny chunk of a worm. Split shot below the bobber. Cute little guy. All right, I'm gonna toss her back in. These guys, they swim off so slowly, like, oh, I got caught again. It's like no sense of urgency. Will do. I've been subbed for a little while now. Appreciate it, Alan. Thank you. Appreciate the support. But yeah, if you leave a comment, I like to follow back and support other streamers. Not bad. The ones you get are the size of your hand. Yeah, this pond is just way overpopulated with them. They don't get very big here. Some decent sized bass in here though. I've seen some 5-6 pounders pulled out. Not by me. I always catch the itty bitties. But they're in here. 2:16 a.m. I stink of squid and crab from fishing, so need to get a shower and bed. Catch you on the next one. Appreciate it, Alan. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out and chatting. I will swing by your channel and check out your content when I get done with the stream tonight. Appreciate the hearts and the thumbs up, y'all. Yeah, Chris, we have some water bodies. There's a Helena, Montana, which is the capital of Montana, is about a 90-mile drive pond over there that's got bluegill that are, you know, this size of a hand or bigger. Their bass over there get way bigger too. I think somebody was just posting on FishBrain some posts or some catches from there that were in the 8 to 9 pound range for largemouth. Chunky bass. Been thinking about maybe taking a trip over that way and streaming from that pond one of these days. This pond is just full of itty bitties. They're still fun to catch though. Chris says we got a lake over here where I'm at, and the bass there don't go under 4. That's what I'm talking about. Now most of the bass you catch out of here are, you know, under 10 inches. Every once in a while you'll pull one out that's got a decent size to it. Mark Williams, welcome to the live. How you doing today? We're chilling. We've got like 5 bluegill so far, and we got the carp pole in the water, and a bobber with a worm floating out there trying to see what else. Gardner, yeah, I remember you. How you doing? Welcome back. Chris said the carp are like 25 plus and the cats are 15 plus. Heck yeah. Is that a pretty close drive for you? Most of the decent fishing spots that I have here in central Montana are it's a bit of a trek to get to them. 1 to 2 hours usually I gotta drive. I do have the Missouri River, the Sun River right in my general vicinity, but I get skunked so often fishing both of those. Doing good, Mark. It's a lovely day out today. A little bit of a breeze. Got a couple hours to kill before I gotta go pick Miyazaki up from work. So figured I'd hop over to the pond and toss a line in. Relax for a few. I'm catching a bunch of little bluegill. That's about it so far. Gardner says, I'm going to my friend's next Saturday for a whole week to the next Saturday to the beach. Ah, that sounds fun. Yeah, I loved going to the beach when I lived in California. I always like going, trying to find, you know, the little pools of water that are left after the tide goes out. You can dig around in there and find all the creatures that are left lurking. Sand dollars and anemones and all sorts of fun stuff. The beaches where I lived in Cali weren't all that pretty though. They're all commercialized. I think I like the beaches better, like when I visited up in Oregon and Washington, Seattle area. You ride dirt bikes together a bunch. That's fun. I used to ride dirt bikes and motorcycles when I was younger. I haven't been on one in a couple of decades though. Welcome to those joining. How's everybody's Thursday night treating them? I don't know, something's playing with the bobber there, or if it's hung up on some weeds. It's floating rather low in the water. Gardner says, I like your channel, so I liked it. Appreciate that, Gardner. The likes and subscribes really help out the channel. We're a fairly new channel. I've been at this for about 2 months. So we're growing. And every time y'all like and subscribe, it helps YouTube push more people into my videos and into the lives. So I appreciate that. Mark asks, have you caught anything yet? We have caught so far 5 bluegill, but that's it. They're just, 4 or 5 inchers. We still got a couple hours left though, so we might pull something decent out of here. Gardner says I have my own channel of mine. Oh yeah, you post videos or stream, Gardner? There must be weeds on there. That thing just keeps sinking. No, you don't know how to stream yet. I just started a couple of weeks ago. Oh, okay, Gardner. Yeah, in order to do a live stream, you have to have at least 50 subscribers. And then once you have 50 subscribers, it takes a few days for them to process it and approve you for live streaming. It's pretty simple. It's just like posting a video. You hit the plus key and hit live and put it in a description, and there you go. I'm getting some stuff popping up to the surface here. I feel like the worm might be gone here. Now we got a little nub left. Get her a little further out this time. There's a shallow weed bed, kind of that goes from this corner, this point over here, all the way to the corner of the pond. And there tend to be tons of fish hanging out in the weeds there. That's kind of where I just cast. This is right on the edge of that. Oh, you have no subscribers. I see. Yeah, it takes a while. It took me over a month of posting videos to get 50 subs so I could start going live. It's all right though. I mean, it's good practice learning how to make videos and post videos, and so if you want to stream, just keep at it. Start posting some content. You have 2 likes. It takes time. Like I said, I've been at this for a couple months now. It's fun though. I'm out here fishing all the time. I figured I'd make a YouTube channel so people can watch my lives while I'm out. A lot of people can't go fishing, so they like to live vicariously. But Gardner, if you leave a comment on one of my videos, I'll find you after I finish the stream today, and I'll give you your first subscribe. Welcome those joining. We're just hanging out at the local pond, trying to see if we can get some fish to bite. We've had five bluegills so far. We're still trying to see if we can get the bass to bite, or maybe a carp to come out. Oh, it's such a nice day out today. Perfect weather. Do I know what Fortnite is? Yeah, I've never played it. I've watched people play it before though. I don't do a whole lot of gaming anymore. I think the last game that I played was one of the Call of Duty series, Black Ops, or God, I don't even remember now. It's been a few years. Now my girlfriend, who's in the channel sometimes, Miyazaki, she likes to play Fortnite. So I watch her play every once in a while. Welcome to those just joining. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. I'm fishing. Any day fishing's a good day. Your birthday's coming up in August. Right on. You excited for your birthday? These days I kind of cringe every time my birthday comes. It's no fun getting old. Welcome to those joining. We're just chilling at the pond. We got a carp pole in the water with a bread ball on one hook and some chartreuse fire corn on the other hook. And then the pole I'm holding here, we are bobber fishing with a worm. Trying to see what else might be biting. We've had 5 bluegill so far. Trying to get the largemouth bass or maybe the perch to bite. How's everybody's night going? Where are y'all from? Ooh. There's something tugging on the line there. Wasn't very big. It didn't set the bell off, but it definitely moved the bait in the water. Oh, there's another nibble. Come on, fishy, fishy. I think maybe the perch found my corn. Got something nibbling here. Definitely does not feel like a carp. I think either the sucker or the yellow perch found the corn on the bottom. Oh, we'll get it back in the pole holder. Let's see a real bite. Come on now. Don't be a weenie. No weenie fish allowed. Matthew Sporlock. Welcome, Matthew. How you doing today, buddy? Hope you're having a good day. We're just chilling at the pond. We've got a bunch of bluegill so far. Had something munching at the carp pole there. Didn't look like a carp though. Oh, I'm having a great day, Matthew. Thanks for asking. We're out here fishing. What's not good about a day fishing? Trying to convince something other than the minnows to bite though. That's the only problem we're having. Fishy Fingers, welcome, welcome, my friend. Thanks for swinging through. Matthew, it is 7:42 currently. We have a little over an hour left of fishing before I gotta head out and pick Miyazaki up from work. So unfortunately it'll be kind of a short stream tonight. It was too nice of a day to not come down here though. How you doing tonight, Fishy Fingers? (9:42) in North Carolina. Your sun gone there already? Or you still get a little bit of daylight? The Holy Mackerel, welcome, welcome. How you doing today, buddy? Thanks for swinging through the live. Fishy says, doing good here. How you been? Oh, I've been pretty good. We've had a lot of crappy weather this last week, so I haven't been out fishing since Sunday. But we had a really nice day today, and I finished up with work, so decided to come drop the line in for a little bit. Glad to hear that, Holy Mackerel. Now we get pretty weird weather over here sometimes. It went from, God, I think it's Monday there were actual tornado warnings in Montana. I don't know if any actually touched down, but really high wind and stormy and just nasty. Tuesday it was gloomy and really windy, and then yesterday nice weather other than the wind was blowing, 20-30 miles an hour. So just not fishing weather. Hot and windy there. Oh man. That's the weather today, a little bit warm, not too bad. We got a slight breeze, it feels nice. Good day for fishing. Unfortunately, I had a bunch of work I had to do today, so I didn't get a very long fishing session. It's alright though, we've caught 5 fish so far, so. Oh, we got turtles lurking. Wonder if that was what was biting at the corn down there. Appreciate the thumbs up, y'all. Thank you. God, these guys in these rafts or canoes that are coming by. They've been parked over in the corner since I got here, drinking heavily, I think. They brought their canoes and rafts out to go party in the pond. I think this is the year of the turtles. I've actually not caught one yet this year, so I'm very thankful for that. It hasn't been, I used to, when I would come to this pond, I would always chum the water. I'd bring a bunch of bread or corn or dog food to try and lure in the carp. I had to stop doing it. I kept catching so many frickin' turtles. I was definitely catching more carp, but I'll take less carp and less turtles.
Help! Help! He's like a passenger that fell off a plane in the ocean. Help! Nobody comes.
They're super cute, don't get me wrong. I feel so bad every time I catch one. It's such a nightmare trying to get a hook out of a turtle. They like to turtle their little heads in and make it very difficult to get a hook out. Oh man, these guys are trashed.
Yeah, buddy!
You've got 2 so far this year. What kind of turtles you catching over there? We have most of what I've caught around here, they're called a western painted turtle. Really pretty turtles. They get to be about the size of a dinner plate. I don't think much bigger. Luke, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we've had 5 bluegills so far. Something's been nibbling at our carp pole here. We have corn on one hook and bread ball on the other. I think it might be perch snacking on the corn. Could be bullheads too. They kind of eat anything. But yeah, having a good day fishing here. We've been streaming for 90 minutes now. So poles have been in the water a little over an hour. Ooh, there's a bite. Did it get him? Ooh. Feel something. I don't know if it's a bluegill or maybe we finally caught a little bass. Nah, another bluegill. Bluegigi.
Fish on. Rip lips and shake hips, baby.
Oh yeah. Got ourselves another monster here. We switched over to a micro hook here today. I was getting tired of, there's so many small fish in here. Normally I put a bigger hook on so I don't hook into these guys. But it doesn't make for a very interesting stream for me. That's actually kind of a chunky one from what coming here. Really pretty. But that's literally about as big as they get. Let me throw her on the stick here and see how big it is. 11, so 5 inches. Well, actually, throw this guy on fish brain. That's one of the biggest ones I've ever caught out of here. Put her on fish brain. If y'all use the app, you can find me on there. I am at Vox, V-O-X. All right, we're gonna get her back in the water. Nice little bluegill. Fishbrain asks, is this a northern pike? Come on, Fishbrain. You know that ain't. Whoa, about went for a swim. There she goes. Don't wear Crocs. Not a good idea. Did I release it? Yes. Gear used. Super secret worm. And method is, we'll call this pole fishing. They don't really have bobber fishing. Alright. Missing information. What am I missing? Oh, gotta select the water. Fishy says painted. Okay, so you have painted turtles. Probably eastern painted turtles. Luke asks, what is the best way to catch carp? I always see huge ones in the ponds I fish, but never know how to catch them. Luke, bread balls are what I would recommend. I'll show you. I'll pull this pole in a minute here. I have a carp rig set up. I'll show you what I use. Luke says, cut it up and catch some big catfish. Unfortunately, bluegill are not allowed for bait fish here. They don't allow game fish to be used as bait. Just tossing it on fish brain. There we go. All right, let's see. We still got, man, this is only the second or third chunk of worm I've used in 2 hours. They're being good to me today. Normally I gotta rebait my hook every time I throw it out there. Luke, yep, Vox 406, that's me on Fishbrain. Luke asks, where are you from? It's still light out, it's probably out west. Yeah, I'm central Montana here, up in the Rocky Mountains. Why are the bluegill considered a game fish? They're more like a bait fish. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Ask the Fish, Wildlife, and Park. I don't make the rules. But we'll get her in here. I'm gonna drag this carp line in. We'll show you the carp rig that I use. And check the bait on it. Our corn might be gone. Something was nibbling at it. Wasn't big enough to set the hook, but we'll get this pulled in and I'll show you how I rig up for carp around here. There's lots of different ways to fish for carp. Carp, sometimes you can catch them off worms. Oftentimes they like corn. But bread ball has been what, at least here in central Montana, is what I've found to be most effective. And yep, we are completely out of bait here. So I'll show you how I rig this up. All right. And there's lots of different ways to do this, but the rig that I found that I like best, and you don't have to use this, you can use lots of different things, but this is called a high-low rig. It's actually a saltwater rig. Some people use it for catfishing, but it's a steel leader that clips on your main line. It's about 32 inches or 34 inches, and then it's got these standoffs on it, which are a metal T that keep your lines off of the main line. It's got a high and a low, hence it being called a high-low rig. And I run usually just like bait hooks, sometimes circle hooks. This one in particular is, I believe, a 2/0 bait hook. And I'm just using a piece of a hamburger bun, or a hot dog bun, sorry. Open her up, and literally just sandwich your hook inside. basically you squish her back it down into a dough ball. Wrap it right around the shaft of your hook and squish it on there. Spend a little bit of time trying to get it squished nice and solid around the shaft of that hook. So that's just a bread ball. Any kind of bread will work. The squishier the better. Again, you're trying to get it to wrap and solidify around that hook. And then it's got 2 hooks on it, so I can bait it up with 2 different things. Usually I just use 2 bread balls. I have a stringy cheese that's been kicking around in the back seat of my truck for about a month now, though, so it's a little squizzled up and a little dried out. But we're gonna throw her on the other hook. Sometimes carp will eat cheese like this. I oftentimes will get bites from white sucker as well when I have it baited. So same thing, this is a different type of hook. Yeah, any type of hook really will work. But you do want a decent sized one so you can get your bait on there. So I'm just gonna hook her on. And this thing here is kind of irrelevant. That setup, that's called a little corky. Normally you would peg that on the line a couple inches from the hook and it just helps float your bait up. This just happened to be on there from when I was trout fishing. And it shouldn't hurt the presentation. But then on the bottom of your rig, use an appropriate size sinker to, depending on how far you're trying to cast it, or if you're in a pond, it doesn't really need to be very big because there's no current. But if you're in a stream or a river, put an appropriately sized sinker on there so it's not floating away. But that's what I use for carp, and I usually have pretty good luck. So if you got a pond near you that's got a bunch of carp in it, try a similar rig to set up like that, just a bread ball, and you will quite likely catch yourself a chunker. Luke says I'm in Maryland, pretty sure you can use them as bait. A lot of states you can. Montana is, I don't know why it's so restrictive here. Gamer Life, welcome to the stream, how you doing? Appreciate all those thumbs up, guys, thank you. Yeah, carp are fun as heck to fish for, though. A lot of people don't understand the appeal of it until they get one on the end of their line, especially if you get a good sized male on there. They fight. A 3-pounder feels like you got a 10-pounder on the line. A 10-pounder feels like you got a 30-pounder on the line. They're one of my favorite species to fish for. This pond, unfortunately, this year hasn't been all that great with carp. Last year, really, really good. I think a lot of the carp died off over the winter here. There's no aeration in this pond, so fish kills here are quite common, I think. I hear the fishing is tedious, but they're huge and fun to reel in. It really depends. Some days it can be quite slow, and oftentimes you will have to, let the bread ball soak in the water for half an hour, 45 minutes before you really get a bite. But once they're in the area, once you've attracted them with the bread ball, because it breaks down in the water over time and little particles from it kind of float out. So it gets cloudy around there, and that tends to bring in more fish. And also carp tend to travel in small schools, small packs of fish. So if you have multiple poles in the water, in a lot of ponds you're allowed to have more than one pole. When they come through, you'll get lit up on every pole that's got a bread ball out there. So it goes from being a waiting game to super chaotic, and it's fun. I love it. Just make sure that you have a good sized net to land them. Which, as I say that, I'm realizing that I left mine in the truck today. So hopefully I don't get a lunker on the end of the line. Otherwise it's going to be a little painful to pull out. Wetico says freshwater fishing is ad. Oh, well, I live in Montana. We don't have saltwater or brackish fishing around here, so freshwater fishing is what I do, and I enjoy it. I have done a little bit of saltwater fishing, and it was fun, but I don't like being out on a boat in the ocean. That shit scares me. Lucas, ever eaten bluegill? No, I have not. Again, the fish, like you just saw, a 5-inch fish is about what we catch around here, and you'd need a dozen or so of them to feed a person. I normally keep northern pike to eat. That's what I like to eat. I'm just trying to update my chat here. What are we at? 6 bluegill. Doesn't really taste like anything, so they taste like whatever seasoning you put on them. But where I come from, we get a lot big, 10 nicer. Okay, yeah, if they were bigger, I'd try to eat them, but they're just so tiny here. I hate harvesting and trying to clean little fish like that. Watiko says real fish out there, all muscle. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are definitely bigger fish in brackish and salt waters. But again, I am not near the ocean, so I don't really have a choice. We fish for what's in the waters around here. Yeah, that last one that I caught was a 5-incher, and that's about as big as the bluegill get in this pond. We do get, I think, biggest carp I pulled out of here was just shy of 9 pounds. I've seen some bigger ones during spawning season, so there are bigger ones in here. Most people come here to fish for largemouth bass, though. There's some 5-6 pounders that get pulled out of here. Joe says, still can't believe Ozzy is gone. Listen, him and Chris Benoit wrestling in heaven. Yeah, sad to hear that Ozzy passed. Um, I know that he's struggled the past decade with a lot of physical issues and then Parkinson's, and so his quality of life had deteriorated substantially. And I know it hasn't been confirmed yet, but I have a strong feeling that he didn't pass of natural causes. I think he went the assisted suicide route, euthanasia. If you ever go to Maryland, you gotta eat some fresh steamed crabs with Old Bay. Oh, I love crab and lobster, and I wish we had that around here. We have, crayfish crawdads, but they're just itty bitty, and every time I've tried to cook them, they taste like mud and funk. They're not very tasty. Not like a real crab. Glad he's not suffering anymore. Yeah, definitely. It's tough seeing people suffer like that. I know that he'd had multiple neck and back surgeries, and then had a fall, and the pins that they had placed in him got dislodged. He could barely move anymore, and he did get to just have his farewell concert, which again is part of what leads me to believe it was assisted suicide. Just the timing on it was too coincidental. He had a good run though. I loved Ozzy. Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, all that music. I grew up listening to that. So he's one of the greats. Always sad when, musicians like that pass away. All I gotta say though is at least it wasn't an overdose. We've lost too many damn artists in the past couple of decades to ODs. He had to play his last show in a church. Yeah, I mean his mobility was just gone. Yeah, he could get around a little bit with a cane, but the videos that I've seen of him trying to move, I mean, he was just absolutely in pain and, could barely move. What is that? I don't know if y'all can see that out there, that spot. I thought it was a turtle at first, but then it's like waving in the water. I don't know if that's a fish or a snake. Gotta be a fish. Oh, I wish I brought my whopper plopper. Everything is feeding on the top right now. Carlos Navarro, 6. Yeah, catch count 6 so far. We've had 6 bluegill, but that's it. No bass yet, no carp yet, no suckers yet, no perch yet. No pumpkinseed either, just bluegill. Thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. Appreciate that. I kept seeing headlines and videos today about Hulk Hogan dying. I don't know if it's I don't know what people's obsession is with posting fake deaths of celebrities, but I never know if it's legit or not. Did Hulk actually die, or is it just another internet meme being passed around? In 2019, I got tickets to see the Rolling Stones, and I also asked if I could see Ozzy because he was coming to town too, but I was 9, so my mom said I was too young to go see Ozzy. Never got to see him. That's a shame. Yeah, I used to back in the day, in high school, and the decade after, we hit up Ozfest almost every year. They came through Seattle, Washington, so I got to see Ozzy. Ozzy played numerous times. Excellent concert, always fun. What is that? It's over there now. I don't think it's a turtle. It's a fish being weird. Where'd my bobber go? There it is. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Apparently my mic died. I thought I had charged it, but apparently it didn't charge all the way. Can you guys hear me now? SoCal says 6 hours to cook, 6 minutes to eat. Now I got the ribs wet. uh, Yeah, I love. Is it beef ribs or pork ribs? I love both. I honestly I prefer beef ribs over pork ribs though. Thanks for confirming, SoCal. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna have to remember that my mic is not following me. It's on the ground over here. We got her hooked up charging. Pork, beef are hard to find here for some reason. Grocery stores around here are really finicky with beef ribs too. Sometimes they'll have, the beef spare ribs. What I usually like to cook, I've never tried smoking them though, and it'd be really good. I prefer beef short ribs. Or, much shorter, but you get nice big chunks of meat on it rather than just little bits they leave on the spare ribs. Our worm is gone. Let's rebait her up. I keep forgetting to bring the leeches too. I got like half a dozen leeches in the fridge that I need to use before they turn into mush. And I have never actually tried leeches at this pond. I'm curious to see if the bass would like them. I know bluegill, dang bluegill, freaking eat anything and everything. I'm telling you, smoker is life changing. Yeah, a buddy of mine got a sous vide about 5 years ago, and that dude cooks everything in a sous vide now. I do like smoked foods though. Might have to look into picking up a smoker. But SoCal, I've found that if you just talk to the butcher in your local grocery store and let them know you're looking for beef ribs, that next time they usually will butcher up half a cow or a cow at least once a week, depending on the volume they sell. And if you ask them, they'll set some aside for you. I don't know. I think in some markets they just don't sell well, so they cut off the scraps from the ribs and they turn it into burger. I have to place an order for a rack. Need some sourdough bread in the smoker. Absolutely amazing. Smoking bread, huh? Yeah, I've heard of people smoking some random stuff. It does sound good. I don't think I've ever had smoked bread though. Luke says you're lucky because in Maryland it's hard to eat fish because pretty much every pond or lake is polluted. Yeah, this particular pond, I wouldn't eat anything out of here. It's right next to off camera at the end of the pond. If you go about 50 yards beyond the pond, there's a sewage lagoon, which I can't imagine that doesn't leach into this pond. That, and I'm surrounded by a bunch of farms, and so there's pesticides and fertilizers. Normally, the fish that I harvest and keep to eat come from our mountain lakes and reservoirs here in central Montana. They're up, in or near the Rocky Mountain front, so the water up there is super clean. The problem we have here is not necessarily pollution. It's so many of the bigger fish, the predatory fish, have lots of heavy metal toxicity to them. So while you can eat them, you're supposed to limit, the amount you consume. Because like the fish, humans, when we ingest heavy metals, mercury in particular, that stays in our body for the rest of your life. Smoked hot dogs will ruin all other hot dogs for life once you smoke them. Any other way is just gross. I believe it. Where did my bobber go? Where are you? I don't know if it's lost in the glare there or if it's underwater. Might have picked up some weeds. Oh, there it came back to the top. Weird. I didn't feel any bites. Well, I'm glad you had a good dinner there, SoCal. I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight. Might swing by and grab some fast food or something when I pick Miyazaki up from work. Doesn't sound all that appetizing, but it's a little late to be cooking a gourmet dinner. Try to smoke something at least 1 to 2 days a week. I mean, hell, if you got the smoker, why not? I'm terrible with food prep like that, though. Like, I eat when I'm hungry, and I usually I don't plan ahead very well. So for me to smoke something, I'd have to be on the ball and actually thinking about eating hours before I'm actually hungry, which normally doesn't work well for me. Well, heck, I got fish surfacing all around my bobber. Why don't you take the bobber? It's delicious, I promise. Oh, nope. No. Nope. Can't tell if it's swimming towards me or if I lost it. Yeah. Oh, there it just surfaced again. Now it's swimming. Would you take the dang thing? Nope, just gonna tell me. Once you start with the smoker, that changes. You'll start planning 3 to 4 days in advance. That's a fish. I need to remind myself that I'm gonna rip lips off here if I don't calm down on my hook sets. It's hard getting used to fishing for these little dinks. My whole life I've been after big fish, not little fish. So when I set the hook, I set the hook. And these guys, you set the hook like you would normally would on a bigger fish, and you launch them out of the pond, or just simply tear their lips off. So is it cooling down at all over there, SoCal, or are you still up in the hundreds? Oh, good sight. Oh, nice bite. He's still on there. Just a little bitty one. Just a little guy, but he was channeling the strength of his ancestors there. He actually felt like a decent sized fish for a split second. All right, that's bluegill number 7. Oh, he's got me poked. Dang, he stabbed me. Look at that little spiky he's got there on top of his. Oh, SoCal, I was asking if the weather calmed down over there. Is it still blistering hot? Put this guy back in. All right, let's get this back in the water here. It's sweltering still. It's cool right now. It's only 90. Oh God, when 90 feels cool, that's when you know it's bad. choked it down. There's bluegill number 8. But oh man, he ate it deep. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, I hate it when they eat them this deep. Come on, buddy. I don't know this one's gonna make it. He's about halfway to crapping this hook out at this point. There we go. Oh, well, he's still got some fight left in him. There's number 8. Get him back in the water. I don't know if that was the bell in my pocket or if there was a bite on this other line here. Did y'all see something bite on the line? Stupid dog swam the equivalent of the English Channel at the pond today and still bugging me to throw the ball for him. Oh, dogs are relentless when it comes to that. Fishy Fingers, welcome back, my friend. Oh, got a pretty tired looking chunk of worm on here. We're gonna toss it back out and see if they still will. I swear that was a hit. I don't know if y'all were watching that pull or not. I heard a jingle while I was trying to set that bluegill free. But I had a bell in my pocket, so I don't know if it was the bell in my pocket or if it was a bite. Welcome to those joining. Hope y'all are having a good day. Luke, no carp yet. No, we've had a couple of nibbles on that pole, but no solid bites yet. We still got about 45 minutes or so to see if we can pull a carp out. Fish only bite twice a day. Some species, other species, carp feed all day long. Hey Ashley B, welcome to the live. How you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. Having a good night. We've got a bunch of bluegill so far. Still trying to get the carp or the bass to come out and play though. How's your evening going, Ashley? Luke, twice a day, before you arrive and after you leave. Some days it seems like that is the case. You are right, my friend. I didn't read the whole thing, sorry. Yeah, I missed the punchline of your joke there, buddy. Ashley says, I'm doing absolutely beautiful. Thank you for asking. Big chillin'. Glad to hear that, Ashley. It's been a great day for me today, too. I had to work, unfortunately, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to fish. But after I finished up with work and doing some flooring prep on the house, I came down to the pond to drop the line in for a few hours. We've caught a whole bunch of bluegill so far. It's all we've been able to get to bite as of yet. But it is a nice day. Looks beautiful out there. It is. It's a perfect day for fishing. The wind has died down. The pond is almost glass right now. Definitely a nice night to be out. Luke says I'm gonna go tuna fishing in Ocean City next week. Oh, that sounds fun. Do you take a boat out, or I'm assuming you do. I don't know if you can catch tuna from the shore. Ashley, thanks for the like. I appreciate that. It's been a little bit of a slow stream today, but that's all right. I think it's so nice that a lot of people are out fishing instead of watching fishing. And I don't blame them. We've got, 40 minutes or so before I gotta get to, probably about 35 minutes before I gotta get out of here. Gotta go pick Miyazaki up from work. Carter, welcome to the live. How you doing? You're chartering a 32-foot boat. You can't catch tuna from the shore. Okay, that's what I thought. Now, I've never been on a ocean fishing charter. SoCal, who comes in here all the time, does that. He lives down in Southern California and gets to take the ocean charters. I live nowhere even close to the ocean, so I'm stuck fishing in lakes, ponds, streams, reservoirs. It's alright though, it's fun. I love freshwater fishing. Yep. They got my worm. That worm survived quite a bit longer than I normally expect them to, so. Oops, sorry. Smacking the camera there. Let's get our hook baited up here one more time. And we're running the micro hook here today. I think this is a size 6. It's just a itty bitty little guy. There's so many tiny fish in here. Just get a little chunk of worm on there and oh, now we're tangled. What to do? Not sure how I managed that. Oh, come on. What a pain in the butt. Get out of there. Alright, so this guy needs to go through here. And untangled. We are good to go. Welcome to those joining. We're out here at Largent Bend Pond in central Montana, doing a little bit of fishing. We've had 8 bluegills so far, and that felt like a wind knot. Did I get a knot in the line? We do have a carp pole in the water, so we may snag a carp out at some point. Luke says, I love going on a boat. It's super fun. Just be out there in nothing but blue ocean for miles in every direction. Yeah, that sounds fun. Now, I've never fished from a boat in the ocean. The only ocean fishing I've done was bait fishing, where was down in Florida fishing in the canals and fishing off of bridges and in the bays. I had a blast though. Got so many different things. There's so many fish stories from the ocean. Oh, I bet. I had a blast fishing out of the ocean. It seemed like every time we pulled the pole up, it was a different kind of fish. Really, really fun. I got another absolute monster on the line here. Oh, we lost him. Dang it. Oh. We got him back. We're doing pretty good on the bluegill today. That is fish number 9. Every time, good God. Just trying to show the good people in this live here. There. Another little bluegill. Get it back in the water. Well, not catching anything big, but at least we're catching some stuff. One time I was at this small little marina with a dock and a bait shop when we were catching little pinfish, but then caught a giant green sea turtle and weighed like 70 pounds. That's a beast. Yeah, we don't get turtles that big around here. We get little western painted turtles. They're, I don't know, about as big as a dinner plate. Luke says this was in Florida, and in case you were wondering, pinfish are the bluegill of the sea. I've heard of a pinfish. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what they look like. Appreciate the thumbs up, y'all. Thank you. Oh, there's another bite. Still waiting to get one of these largemouth bass. Normally I have halfway decent luck bobber fishing for them here. They're being picky tonight though. Oh, there we go. Oh, this one feels a little bigger. Maybe we actually got our bass. What are you? Nope. But that is our first perch of the night. Again, absolute monster. He's chonky. This would feed a whole village of ants. Oh, and he just choked it down. I thought we got lucky. I saw the worm. All right, we're gonna need the pliers for this guy. Hand me the hemostats, doctor. All right, give me a moment to get the hook out of this guy here. This is a little yellow bass, or yellow bass, yellow perch. There we go. Cozy, welcome to the stream. CJ, welcome. Yeah, just a little yellow perch. It's a baby. Really pretty little fish, though. We'll get a quick picture of this guy here. Put our own fish brain. If y'all use fish brain, you can find me on there. It is at VoxVox. Get a quick measurement on this guy and throw her in. All right, we are 6 inches. She's a tank. All right, let's get it back in the water. Alrighty, that was our first perch of the night. Pinfish look almost identical to bluegill. Interesting. Cozy says, howdy buddy, good luck, hope you have a good one. Thanks Cozy, thanks for stopping through, appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful evening as well. We have 20 minutes or so to finish up fishing here before I gotta go pick Miyazaki up from work. But we're having a good night. See if we can maybe catch another couple fish before I gotta end the stream here. Luke, you DM me on Fishbrain. Okay, I'll check it here in a little bit. Update this.
He's not even playing football. That's what I'm doing that too. No, but you're doing that for football. He's not
Buck,
playing.
welcome to the stream. How you doing today, Buck?
Like, to be good at like this. He does a lot of training for football stuff.
CJ Cooks, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are all having a great night. Somebody just caught a good sized bass off the dock over there. Oh, something on the hook here. What do we get? Nope. Another bluegill. Another little one. That's bluegill number 10. Oh, every time. Every time. They just love to be covered in mud before I get a picture. Is there movement on the carp pole? Let's get them back in the water. There she goes. CJ, how you doing today? Appreciate the hearts and the thumbs up, y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you like fishing content. I do go live quite frequently, and I post a lot of fishing and outdoors camping related content. Josiah, welcome back to the stream. I remember you as well. How you doing today, Josiah? Good, glad to hear that. We're having a great day out here. We're just fishing at the local pond. Unfortunately, only have about 10, maybe 15 minutes before I gotta start packing up and get out of here though. I am taxi driver for Miyazaki from work tonight, so I gotta go pick her up in a little bit. What did I catch? We've caught 10 bluegills so far and 1 yellow perch. I need to update the channel. PB bass, not very big. Largemouth, I think, was about 2.5 pounds. A smallmouth is just under 2 pounds. Something like that. I'd have to check my fish brain.
Hey, well, that's a good sign. Did he eat that whole thing? How would he get a damn lump in there? I don't know, but the bass loved it bite these. I don't know why. I got you bitchy, I can lick you,
Check the bait on the carp pole. I would if I was gonna be here any longer. We'll just let it soak for now. I only have about 10 minutes before I gotta pull the poles in, and if you, with the bread ball, normally when you pull it back in, you're gonna lose the bread ball. Oop. I don't want to rebait it right now. Stole my worm. All right, we'll bait her back up one more time. See what we can pull out. And then we will wrap her up and get out of here for the night. CJ says, gotta go see you. All right, CJ, thanks for swinging by the live. Appreciate it. Josiah, are you going to be on tomorrow? I will probably stream tomorrow. Probably tomorrow after 2, probably at about 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I think I'll be on. I have to work tomorrow, and my last meeting I think is at 2:30, so I will probably be on around 3. Josiah says, bye, I have to go, I'll be in your live tomorrow. All right, Josiah, thanks for swinging by. Appreciate the support. Luke says this is chill. Yeah, it's always fun chilling at the pond here. Oh, got something swimming away with my bobber. We might catch one more fish before we gotta call it a day. Just waiting for him to get a good bite on it. Dang. Ooh. Oh, did he get off? No, he's still there. All right, guys, I think this is our final fish of the stream. We have, and I think that might be the biggest bluegill we've caught so far today. Nice little bluegill. That is about as big as they get in here. And of course he hogged it down. Oh man, why do they do this? But as soon as we get this guy, get the hook out of him and get him back in the water, we're gonna wrap things up. I appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out. Had a fun stream. If you guys do like fishing content, again, please hop over to my channel and check out some of the videos. Drop a like, subscribe, comment. We will probably be back live again tomorrow, about 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This one's a fat little bluegill. Luke, appreciate the sub. There's a little bit of blood. He was hooked fairly deeply. Hopefully we can get him to swim away. Gonna take one last picture here for Fish Brain. measurement. That one is 5¼ inches. Yep, he's the biggest bluegill we've caught this stream. There we go. We're gonna get her back in the water. But thank you all for swinging by and hanging out. Appreciate y'all. I hope you guys all have a great evening. Oh, come on, fishy. Swim away. I'm gonna get you.
It's a beautiful fish. No, yeah.
Thank you all for the likes and the subs, and I appreciate it. Every little bit helps the channel grow. We're gonna get our poles out of the water and get on the road here.
Bro almost caught me. Bro really just said, I'm the catch.
There we go. All right, one pole down, one to go. Oh, you have about 20 minutes to get there, SoCal. Welcome back. We are just wrapping up the stream here, though. Unfortunately, I do have to to go grab Miyazaki from work. We're not late yet, thankfully. I remembered this time. Oh, but we'll leave the camera going maybe for part of the drive here. Hang out and chat for a little bit. But we had a good day. Ended up with 11 bluegill and one little yellow perch. It's unfortunate. I hate that I'm leaving right now. All the bass are starting to bite. Got both people that just pulled up next to me. One plopped down at the dock and immediately caught one, and then the two kids that sat down next to me on the bank each just caught one. So we're leaving right as the bass bite's picking up. It's like sleeping on the couch when you forget. Yeah. Oh, I feel bad. Yeah, we gotta go get Mama. We're just gonna get everything put away here. Bear with me for a moment, guys. I'm gonna. What's that, buddy?
My tablet died.
Your tablet died? Uh-oh. Oh God, my fishing bag just keeps getting heavier and heavier. Yeah, I just keep packing more and more stuff in there, and it gets heavy. Alrighty.
Go back fishing.
No, we caught 11 bluegill and one little perch. Come on now.
Are you still recording a video?
Yeah, we're still.
So you're gonna come back fishing?
No, it's gonna be too late by picking Mom up. I'm just posting my last catch on FishBrain here. If y'all use FishBrain, feel free to hit me up, add me. You can chat with me if you want. FishBrain at Vox, VOX. All right. Just posted my last catch from tonight on FishBrain, and we are gonna head out and go grab Miyazaki from work. SoCal says I'm gonna go hit the pond for some cats after dark. Heck yeah, sounds like a plan. No, we can't leave until I find my keys. What did I do with the keys? There we go.
Where are your keys?
Found my keys. Appreciate it, SoCal. Hope you have luck at the pond there as well. I haven't done. Oops, no, shut the fan off here. I haven't been night fishing in a while. I'd love to go. I need to get some better lighting set up. Right now I just have a bunch of DeWalt work lights, and they work well. They're so bright and so blinding. Need to get some LED pole lights or something that I can stick in the ground. Appreciate the thumbs up, y'all. Thank you for swinging through the stream and hanging out and chatting. Unfortunately, are done fishing for the night. We're just headed back into town. I gotta pick Miyazaki up from work. But we should be live again tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get live by approximately 3 or 3:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm not sure where we're gonna be streaming from yet, either from the local pond here or I might popped the boat in the water at the local river. We have not yet streamed from the boat. But the local boat launch, I am pretty sure I get decent enough signal from there. And we might be able to get some pike to come out and bite. Clean some of the bug guts off the windshield there. We are headed into Great Falls from Largent Bend. You guys can hang out and enjoy the scenic drive if you want. Otherwise, hit me up tomorrow. We should be live somewhere around 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we're going to do a bit of fishing. And if you do like fishing content, hop over to the channel and check out some of the shorts that I've posted recently. Got a couple of nice pike videos, and a whole bunch of underwater footage that I've been posting from my recent trips out from my lure camera. Alright, but I am gonna go ahead and I think end the live here. We've been live for about 3 hours. Thanks again, all y'all that swung through to hang out. Appreciate the support. Hope y'all are having a great evening. But we will see you soon. Tight lines, y'all.